welcome back. As any party goer knows, a simple question, what can I bring, can sometimes cause more stress than it should. But with summer entertaining season upon us, our next guest is here to take that pressure off of your plate.
All right, our next guest's brand new cookbook serves the ultimate guide for crowd-pleasing dishes that will make you the guest that everybody wants at their party. So please welcome the author of What Can I Bring? Recipes to help you live your best guest life, Cary Elsass. Welcome, Cary.
Good to have you here, Kel.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so listen, Cary, this is a big claim. You say this cookbook is going to earn us the title of most valuable party goer.
Yes.
How so?
I'll stand behind that.
Okay.
I think bringing something to a party is not a competition, but it also kind of is. So I wanted to give 75 of my best recipes that are going to win every time.
Wow. We love that. All right, so let's get this party started. We're going to talk about a dip, which is a great appetizer to start any party with. Talk to us about this
So
one.
this is Pico de C India. It's kind of like a pico de gallo, but it's watermelon instead of tomato.
Oh, no way.
So watermelon just has like a nicer texture, a sweeter flavor. It holds up better over time. But it gives you that nice like crunch that tomatoes get mushy, you know?
This is good. How do you make this?
So it's peppers, onions, the watermelon, some lime juice, and then tahini adds a nice little zesty flavor to it.
I was a little worried about the watermelon, but it works.
Right,
it totally works. It's really good.
Thank you.
Nice. I've never had like watermelon alongside onions before.
Yeah,
and this
right.
Is really
You
nice.
can push it savory and it's really refreshing.
Speaking of refreshing, you also say that a drink is a great way to impress your guests. And you have brought us drinks with cantaloupe.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really cool to show up to the party and have the signature cocktail. That's a great move. So this is a cantaloupe orange agua fresca, which can kind of swing in two directions. You can drink it as an agua fresca, or it can be the start of a dream mimosa, which you have right there.
I love that.
You've got the juice, you've got the champagne.
I have the alcohol.
Yes.
Smart man.
Yes, yes. And I'll be honest, first of all, I didn't realize that cantaloupe has pulp.
Yeah,
Is this
well,
just
there's
cantaloupe
orange juice too.
Oh, you mixed it with the
Yeah.
orange juice as well.
Right.
It is very refreshing.
Yeah.
Unexpected.
Yeah, and you can strain it too if you want a smoother drink, but I like the texture.
Yeah,
I think it's really nice.
say I've never drank cantaloupe before,
Yeah.
but I have now. This is really, it's very
Yeah,
tasty.
they're a nice pair together.
All right, so let's talk about something very important. You say that an important part of being a guest is knowing what type of guest that you are. So how do we determine what type of guests we are?
So I say this in the beginning of the book. Be honest about what kind of guest you are. If you're always on time, bring appetizers.
Okay.
If you're reliably late, bring a drink. If you're coming by later, bring dessert. And if you bring nothing else, bring a present.
Okay, that's great advice.
okay.
I like that.
But I think what you contribute is important to the flow of the evening, and you don't want to derail it by showing up with the cheese plate an hour after the party started.
Good point.
All right, so
Yes.
let's move on to our next dish. Now, it looks like a quiche and it smells like a quiche, but you're saying that it's not a quiche.
Yeah, I mean, it's a quiche, but...
It's a quiche. So what is it? Right? I'm like, what are you doing? So what do you call it?
I just like the word breakfast tart. I think that sounds a little
Sounds
fun.
fancier.
Yeah, so this is 3 different flavors. We've got a lox-inspired one, which you guys have.
Okay.
There's Lorraine and an asparagus one, but the real trick here is the base, which is made out of cheese crackers, which I think adds such a nice flavor instead of just a pie dough.
Oh my God, first of all, this is amazing. I think breakfast tart is a great way to describe
Thank
this.
you, thank you.
And you also say, though, that the most thoughtful guests embrace room temperature food.
Yes.
Explain that.
Well, when you're showing up at someone's house, they're playing Tetris in the kitchen.
Absolutely.
So expecting fridge space or oven space is just gonna throw them off.
Yeah.
But I do think a lot of foods actually taste better at room temperature. I think things that have fats or acids, they just sing a little bit better when they've been sitting out for a bit.
Absolutely. All right. So another fantastic, very smart thing that you say is being a great guest isn't just about bringing the right thing. It's also about being the guest everybody wants to hang out with. So
Yes.
how do we become that person? What do we need to know?
I think a couple things will get you invited back for sure. Show up with everything you're gonna need. Don't be asking your host for a bowl or a serving spoon.
advice.
That's your responsibility.
Yep.
But also say thank you. I think we forget a lot of the times that something as simple as a note the next day or even just a really thoughtful text will make them feel really seen and appreciated.
Oh,
Absolutely.
That's really nice. That's nice. Okay, so where are we going next? I think you're up.
Oh, next up we have a bagel salad. Talk to me about this, because I see a little bit of bagel, I see a little bit of fruit.
Yeah.
Talk to us about this next
So
one.
this is a classic panzanella, but for me at least, my grocery store is not reliable with the crusty bread. So I grab bagels, which are great because they already have flavor baked in them. So it just adds more levels to it. Plus, they're nice and sturdy, so they hold up to the tomato juice really well.
All right, that's fantastic. I'm gonna taste that in a minute, but I gotta ask you this next question. We've all been there where we ask the host of the party, what can I bring? And they go, just bring a dessert, which sounds very simple, but then in your mind, you're like, this is not simple. Do I bring a cheesecake? Do I bring a flan? Do I bring fruit? Do I bring an ice cream cake? Where are we gonna put that? So what should we bring if we're asked to bring a dessert?
Well, I wrote 2 dessert chapters in my book for exactly this reason.
Love that.
But I think one thing about bringing something is it shows your host love and appreciation when you really put thought into the thing you bring. And I think dessert is an especially good place to be really thoughtful and maybe show off a little bit too.
Ooh, I love that. Okay, so you did more than just bring us a dessert because you brought a work of art. And this is what you call a mosaic Jello bundt.
Yes.
What is this?
This is arguably the dessert to bring. It's a mixture of a few different flavors of Jello, and then you just build it in a bundt pan with a sort of milk layer of Jello. It's got a nice fruity flavor.
Casey, I like it.
Every time I bring this is the thing everyone talks about.
Why can't I get it to my mouth yet? What is happening?
Just like, yeah, stab it.
I'm just
stab
going
it.
to the pipe.
Oh my God, it's good, right?
It's just, okay, but I have one more question. How do you create the shapes?
You just chop up the Jello. So you let it, each flavor set, and then cut it up into shapes. But even if you get little shards, it kind of adds to that mosaic. There's really no way to mess it up.
Well, this looks
it's
incredible.
a pretty foolproof recipe.
Really lovely.
Really
Thank you.
The kids will like it, the adults will like it.
Yeah, it's a great family project for sure.
Great family project, and you have prepared us for party season ahead, Casey. Thank you so much
Thank
for this.
you.
It's so good. Delicious. Okay, it is called What Can I Bring? It's available right now, but hey, studio audience, you're getting your copy today.
Hey you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.